everyone, and welcome to today's video. So today is Vlogmas Day 2, and today we're going to be doing some cooking. And this is a recipe I saw as I was scrolling through Christmas recipe ideas on Pinterest. Yes, I was in the black hole that Pinterest became when I found food. Whatever. So, these are called hot chocolate pancakes. I like pancakes. I love hot chocolate. So, let's see how they turn out. Quick note, please ignore the munching, crunching, and throat dropping that you might be hearing in the background. Peaches has decided that my video time is the best time for her to eat breakfast. Okay, so moving forward. So I found this recipe on Pinterest, and it is from a website called The Thrifty Nifty Mommy. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to read you the ingredients because it's simple, but it's not. Literally, you are making pancakes from scratch, and I've never done that before. So we're going to muddle through this together on my end. And I'm trying to get the recipe to come back up. There we go. Okay. So it says that the prep time is 5 minutes and the cook time is 15 for a total of 20 minutes, which isn't bad making breakfast. So the ingredients are 1 1/2 cup of flour, 5 packets of Swiss Miss. My guess is that if you have like the can of hot chocolate, like if you buy like my mom does and she buys, instead of the package, she buys it in the can, you could definitely find out how much is in a packet and just do that times 5. 2 teaspoons of baking powder, 1/2 teaspoon of baking soda, 1/2 teaspoon of salt, 1 1/4 cup of milk, 2 eggs, 1 teaspoon of vanilla, and 2 tablespoons of vegetable oil. So since I am the only one home this morning, Sam is at work, and he isn't a big hot chocolate person, I'm actually going to end up halving this since I'm the only one going to be eating it. So the instructions say to preheat griddle or frying pan on low heat and mix all of your dry ingredients together, your flour, your Swiss Miss, baking soda, baking powder, and salt. Use a whisk to blend together the eggs, milk, vanilla, and oil. I don't use a whisk, I use a fork. I think it works a little bit better. Plus, if there's I don't like the little white stringy parts in eggs, so I take those out anyway. Whisk dry and wet ingredients together. And it says for an extra treat, you can add whipped topping to the top. Well, who doesn't add whipped topping to the top of their pancakes? Especially, they're hot chocolate pancakes. Hot chocolate and whipped topping just go together. Okay, so we are going to get started. I'm going to grab all my ingredients and we're going to meet right back here and put this all together. So we have our bowl, and the first thing we're going to do is we're going to measure out 3/4 of a cup of flour. Here's our flour. Okay, the next thing we're going to do is we're going to measure out our baking soda and our baking powder. And yes, for those of you who are new to cooking, they are 2 different things. This is baking powder, it comes in a can. This is baking soda, it comes in a box, and usually you will have a box in the refrigerator. Do not use the box for cooking that you have in the refrigerator. Okay, so we want 2 teaspoons of baking powder. So since we're halving it, we're going to use 1. And now we need just a smidgen of baking soda. Always remember there is a difference, otherwise your recipe will not turn out the way you intended. Okay, so there are those 3 ingredients. So the recipe calls for 5 packages of Swiss Miss or hot chocolate, whatever package of hot chocolate you have on hand. I happen to have Swiss Miss. So instead of trying to half a package, I'm going to just use 3. So here's 1. Make sure to tap it to make sure it gets all out. And then all I'm going to do with this one is I'm going to shake it. It's just a package of 2. Open it up. and dump them out at the same time. 1, 2, and 3. Make sure to shake them real good to make sure they both get emptied. Same. So it says to mix these all together so they're good and combined. So let's do that. Because we don't need a whole lot of liquid, I am using just the small bowl that I am going to, that I use for the flour. So the liquid ingredients are, for a full batch, is 1 1/4 cup of milk. But because we are halving the recipe, I need just a little over half. So I'm going to lean down here, and you're going to watch me pour. All right, that is half with a few extra splotches in it. Okay, the next one is 2 eggs. So of course that just is 1 egg. So I will crack it against my bowl that's sitting over here. And pop that in. Lay this to the side. So, it calls for 1 teaspoon of vanilla. Well, of all of the extracts I have, vanilla is not one of them. So, I am actually going to use just a small splash of peppermint extract. That'll make it just a little bit more Christmassy. And I always pour into the cap, and it's on me anyway. So, now I will smell like eggy peppermint. Go, Lena. Then we need 2 tablespoons of vegetable oil, which just is a little bit. So again, I'm just going to use my plastic spoon and put in my vegetable oil. Let it drip over a little bit, and that's going to be perfect. So what we're going to do now is we're going to mix this all together, and then comes the time to make the pancake batter. So everything's been combined, and so now I'm going to make a well in the middle, and so now, whew, I just broke my well. Oh well. Oh well. well. All right, I'm going to pour the liquid right into that well. It's going to kind of run around, and now we're going to combine this and make our pancake batter. So this is not thin enough for a pancake batter at the moment. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add just a little bit more vegetable oil to thin it out just a little. So our batter is all mixed together. Excuse me this morning. So as you could tell, I actually ended up adding a little bit more milk and a little bit more vegetable oil, not olive oil. That is the thing about recipes. One recipe can work exactly perfect for one person, and for another, you have to make modifications. I halved everything correctly, but I didn't halve the cocoa. That's where it was. It had a little bit more dry than wet. So I just had to compensate with a little bit more wet than dry. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to heat up my Mickey pancake maker, because what's going to make hot chocolate pancakes better than just being hot chocolate pancakes? A Mickey pancake maker, of course. So I'm going to make pancakes and we'll be back to do a taste test. Okay, so I'm done cooking my pancakes and cleaning up the massive mess I made. So if I hadn't made a mess, this would actually probably be a stack of 4. I have never made pancakes from scratch. This was the first time I did it, and I did not know how they were going to poof and expand. So I overfilled and then had to make a cleanup and cleanup. So the half batch would have made 4 Mickey waffles. So sad that Mickey waffles are -1. So now is the time to taste test. So as if I didn't just taste test like a little piece I broke off, right? Okay, here's my taste test bite. I don't have anything on it, it's just the pancake. That's good. I do think I need to add even a little bit more liquid, because they are teeny dry, but that's like my own fault. But I really am liking the subtle hint of peppermint I'm getting from the peppermint extract as opposed to the vanilla extract, since I didn't have vanilla. I think it works out better, especially if you're making these for Christmas morning. These are really good. We're going to taste test and add a little bit of magic to the top. Just a little bit. Alright, so here is my bite with whipped topping on it. It tastes like I'm eating a mug of hot chocolate. I kid you not. So I will make sure and link the original recipe in the description below. Guys, if you decide to make this recipe, please let me know in the comments. I want to know what you think of it. Did you make the whole recipe? Did you half it like I did? Did you even half it again just to make it like for one person? And if you made all of them and you didn't eat them all, did you freeze them and reheat? Let me know how this recipe turned out for you. Guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. I'm enjoying this video. And I'm going to finish my breakfast and we will see you in the next video.